Hey guys, it's Janelle. Today we're going to be talking about how to break down your prices on your baked goods. And I just happen to be making Rice Krispie treats for my daughter's birthday. So let's go shopping, let's add everything up, and I'll show you exactly how much you should be charging per item for a Rice Krispie treat. Let's go. Let's go to Walmart. Here's the thing, I want to use jet puffed marshmallows because I like that brand, but these are all stuck together, right? And the ones that are not stuck together are a different size, and I know that I need 2 packs of 16 ounce, right? So then there's these Walmart brand. They're also stuck together, but they're a little less stuck together. So look at the price, $138, $128. The better brand is $128. These are more expensive and they're the Walmart brand. So I'm gonna buy the Walmart brand just because they're a little separated and I want these. So pay attention though, because this is really important. If you buy something that says $1.38, it's literally telling you right here what you're paying per ounce, 8.7 cents per ounce. And this will come in handy with flour, with sugar, anything that you bake. You should always look at the ounces here. It helps you with your calculations and your pricing. All right, so pound of butter is $3.47, 21.7 cents per ounce. So let's get a pound of butter. Sure. So this is one of those things people never know how to charge for, right? Well, yeah, I use parchment paper to put, at the bottom of my pans or something, but how would I even figure out how much it's gonna cost me per person? Well, I'm gonna show you. So we just purchased this and it's 40 feet, right? So 40 feet cost me $2.67. So let's just do some quick math for 40 feet. If I know that what I'm making right now, that's gonna go in these pans, is going to be about 20 inches times 4. So I need 80 inches just for this one project that I'm doing. 80 inches divided by 12 inches, which is a foot, is what? Somebody do the math for me. We have no clue.
It's 6.66.
Okay, so let's just say that it's 7. That means for this one project, just to cover these 2 pans, if I'm using 20 inches times 4, that's 80, that's where I got the 80. So that means we're gonna estimate that we're gonna be using 7 feet for this project. So then let's do the math on 40 divided by 7. Okay, so we can get about 5.5 uses of this. Is that what you're telling me? Let's do this. $2.67 divided by 5.5 is what? 0.48. So that means it cost me 50 cents to use parchment paper for the next 5.5 customers. There's your math. My work here is done. So now that we've melted our butter, we're gonna add all of our marshmallows. Okay, so when we mix our marshmallows, we should remove them from the heat when there's still some that are like alive and well. We don't want to mix them all out. So we're going to turn that off. Again, I'm used to making large stuff, large batches in a commercial kitchen, so here in my home, this might be overkill, but good thing it's for a party. All right, so that was the fun part. Now that you've learned how to make the Rice Krispies, let's actually learn how to sell them. We're gonna break down each ingredient and I'm gonna show you exactly how I would arrive at the dollar amount in which I would sell these to make a profit if I were selling these for my business. We're gonna do the math for 5 key categories for these particular Rice Krispie treats. One's gonna be ingredients, the next one's gonna be packaging, the next one's gonna be overhead, then we'll factor in labor because you gotta get paid, and then most importantly, the profit. How much money you're going to make for spending the time to actually make this product. Let's do it. Let's start with ingredients. In the first column, I listed how much this particular recipe actually cost us for each of these ingredients. In the second column, I listed the total cost. So for example, I may have purchased a pound of butter for $3.47, but because I only used a half a pound, I only factored in $1.74 for the sake of the cost for this particular recipe. This is important because when you're first starting out, you might not have a lot of ingredients on hand. So if someone asks you to make something and you say yes, you go to the store, you could wind up spending a ton of money, but really you're only supposed to pass down the cost of what it actually costs to make that product to the customers. So in this particular case, we spent $13.52 on the ingredients that we used for this recipe. But in reality, we spent $25.35 just to purchase the things that we needed. Let's move on to the second category, which in this case is going to be paper and packaging. Packaging is important because sometimes as creators and makers, we like to get really crafty and add cool boxes or fun ribbon. Well, all of that stuff needs to be accounted for. So let me show you how I break that down. I purchased a box of gloves that had 1,000 gloves in it for $54.90. If I break that down, I get 500 pairs out of that box, which means each pair is 11 cents. So I added in 11 cents for a pair of gloves, and I also did the same thing when it came to parchment paper, bags, labels, and ribbon. So $6.12 was the total cost for paper and packaging. The next category is overhead, and for the sake of this example, I'm going to use a round number, $10. In another video, I'm going to show you how to actually break down the cost of your utilities, your equipment, cleaning supplies, things like that. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to factor in $10 because I used my stove for less than 5 minutes, and that doesn't use too much gas. But I am factoring in the cleaning supplies and the fact that I got in my car and I used gas to drive to the store. So $10 is what we're going to be using for this example. Category number 4 is labor. You've got to pay yourself. So for this example, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to pay myself $15 an hour, but since it only took me 45 minutes to make this, that also includes driving to the store, I'm going to just round it up to $15 flat. Realistically, it took me maybe 20 minutes to go to the store and less than 15 minutes to make the Rice Krispies. But again, for the sake of the example, $15 is what I'm adding in for labor. Now, the last category is profit. This is single-handedly the most important part of the equation. If you take what we've done up to this point, which is your ingredients, your paper products, your overhead, and your labor, you add that up and you decide that you just want to cover those costs, congratulations, you've got yourself a nonprofit organization. You've made no money. You've only covered your costs, right? The point of any business that wants to stay in business for profit is you gotta make some money. So in order to do that, we have to factor in profit. So let's head over to my cost analysis worksheet and I'll show you exactly how I came up with a price while factoring in profit. This recipe has cost us $44.64, and I'm gonna divide that by 36 because I know that I can get 36 Rice Krispie treats from this one recipe. That gives me a total cost per Rice Krispie treat of $1.24. Again, if I sell them for $1.24, I make no money, I just cover all of my expenses. So let's play around with a markup percentage. If I mark up the Rice Krispie treat to $2.48, that is a 100% markup percentage. That's going to give me a selling price of $2.48, or I'll round it up to $2.50, which gives me a gross margin profit percentage of 50%. Now, 50% gross margin profit percentage is a really good profit percentage to factor into your business. But again, it's important for you to know that just because you mark something up 100% doesn't mean you're making 100% in profit. You're in fact only making 50%. I will be sure to cover all of this confusing math in another video to come, so be sure to subscribe to this channel for more content like this in the future. Getting back to this example though, I'm gonna play around with a couple of different suggested selling prices. If I wanted to sell the Rice Krispie treats, let's say to friends and family, and I wasn't so concerned with making a ton of money or profit, I could mark them up from $1.24 to $2, which would still give me a 38% gross margin profit percentage. Let's just say that I wanted to sell them for $3 a piece because they're cute, they're yummy, they're homemade, and I know that people will pay $3, then I would be making a 59% gross margin profit percentage. Again, if you want more information on how to use this cost analysis worksheet, be sure to head over to JanelleCopeland.com. The links are provided in the notes below so that way you can learn how to properly price your products. In the meantime, I hope this video was super helpful. I know that numbers can be tricky, but it's very important that you understand that when you're spending the time to make things with your skills and talents, you should be compensated fairly and accordingly for them. More importantly, in order for you to be a thriving business that stays around for a very long time, you've got to know how to factor in all of these numbers. So I will see you in another video. Let me know in the comments below if this was helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.